This incompetence extends beyond failures on the economy. Look at the horrible situation on our southern border. And this is something you really need to focus on. The thousands upon thousands of people who are entering here illegally, not being tested, and the amount of drugs. Just last week, you read the headlines of some kids ODing in Florida on spring break. They bought a drug that was laced with fentanyl. You read the number of the kids who have OD'd. 2 of them who didn't take the drug. They were giving CPR to those who went and took it. But the fentanyl was so great, they were ODing as well. The #1 cause of death in America today between the ages of 18 and 45 is fentanyl. Where do we get it? It comes from China through the Mexican border. We're watching what's happening on the news at the border. You would think it was video from Ukraine. These cartels, the shootouts, the trucks on fire. And what's the response from the administration? Not to secure the border. You've gone 12 consecutive months with more than 150,000 encounters. They'll no longer tell you how many people they're catching who are on the terrorist watch list. Now the proposal is to end Title 42. This is going to cause a gigantic influx, even greater than we've already seen. There's no plan by this administration. The Democrats continue to block us at every opportunity to secure this border. But another thing we should look at that just came forward, the Democrats have politicized our Intelligence Committee. You've watched it year after year since Adam Schiff has become chair. No, he doesn't warn us about Ukraine or Afghanistan or what's happening around the world. He tells you about politics. But the worst part of it is you cannot trust what he tells you, that he lies to us. Just watch what has happened. 2 years ago, Schiff stated the emails found from Hunter Biden were whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin. That's what the head of the Intel said. But if you recall, Jonathan Turley has an article written, I believe, in October 2020, after Schiff said this to the American public. And remember, the election's in November. But the director of national intelligence, John Radcliffe, said no, that's not the case. That there is no intelligence out there to base it upon what Adam Schiff, as the chair of the Intel Committee, was telling the country. And what did we just find out yesterday from the New York Times? Yes, it is Joe Biden's laptop. And yes, Adam Schiff lied to us one more time. Why is he still chair of the committee? And why is he even on the committee? In a new Congress, if it's a new majority, he will not be. You cannot make this committee political. You cannot use it as a position of a chairman to lie. And you should be focused on what the American people want you to be focused on around the world. How did you miss Afghanistan collapsing? How did you miss Ukraine? How have you missed every single part? Why? Because you're out lying about an impeachment and everything else. That's not your job. That's not your role. And we should be able to trust the chair of the Intel Committee to be honest with the American public, regardless of what political realm is in. With that, I'll take questions.